let's talk about the family wealth planning session. What is it? What does it entail? And what can you expect? So everybody that comes to work with me, always, all of my clients always start with a family wealth planning session. It's actually a 2-hour working meeting. It's not a meet and greet because you're busy and I'm busy. So I like to make the most of our time. That family wealth planning session is a 2-hour working meeting where I will actually tell you exactly what would happen to your stuff, exactly what would happen to your family members if you became incapacitated or died tomorrow. Okay, so I tell you exactly what would happen. We get into specifics. I don't talk in hypotheticals. I speak to you in specifics. Okay, so when you sign up for my family wealth planning session, you will get an email confirmation from me confirming that you're on my calendar. And you will also in that email receive a link to a secured way to fill out your homework. Okay, some attorneys call it intake paperwork. I call it homework. You're going to complete your homework 3 days before that family wealth planning session. That way I know specifics about your assets. I know specifics about your family dynamics. And during that meeting, we will actually go over your assets. And I will tell you how things will play out. If you passed away without a will, if you passed away with a will, if you passed away with a trust, how do the assets get distributed? What's the expected costs? We also review your family dynamics. I want to know about your family dynamics so I can speak to you about any concerning issues or things that you might want to consider as it relates to how things may play out, some potential family conflict down the road. Okay. During that meeting, I will do a asset inventory for you, which is why I have you do homework. Okay. Asset inventory. Why do I do that? Well, because I want you to walk away being more financially organized than you've ever been before. Again, I'm all about efficiency. I'm all about making the most of everyone's time. So doing that asset inventory for you will enable you to have at least one step forward with your estate planning. Why do I say that? Well, because with that asset inventory, at least you will have put together exactly what you have. So if something happens to your family members know where to look. They know where your bank accounts are. They know that you have a safety deposit box. They know who the life insurance company is to contact, who your IRA is with. Asset loss is a real risk. There are billions sitting in unclaimed funds across the US, and that's because we don't share what our assets are. So my purpose and my hope for everyone is that I'm doing my part to help everyone become more financially organized so that we can limit the asset risk. And that's why I do that asset inventory for you during that first meeting. The asset inventory also serves a second purpose, which is we will look at your assets. We will look at your debts. I will talk to you about, hey, listen, you got this big mortgage. How are your family members going to pay for it? How are your kiddos going to pay for it and still stay in the house? Do you expect that your minor children will, somebody will sell the house for them? What's your end goal here? Will your family members be able to have money to hire an attorney if you have to go through probate? Will they be able to afford the court process? Will your family members be able to float your mortgage during the probate court process? That's why that asset inventory is so important. Okay, so after I speak to you about your assets, after we get into the details about your family dynamics and things that may be concerning to you, then and only then will you really know the next step. Because some people will say to me, hey, Shannon, I feel great. The state statutes, the default laws that the state of Colorado or the state of Florida have put in place, I'm happy with it. I'm completely happy with it. And at least then you walk away knowing that you've done everything right. And that if something were to happen to you tomorrow, everything would play out exactly the way you would want it to. However, during that discussion, if there's anything that I've said, anything at all that concerns you, that has you worried about minor children being exposed, has you worried about family members fighting over assets or fighting over taking custody of children, then you will be given an opportunity to design a plan that's going to suit your needs, work the way you need it to work, and really protect your family in the way that you intend it to. Okay. And you're actually going to design that plan based on a fee that suits your budget. So go ahead, get on my calendar, schedule that family wealth planning session. Feel free to contact me, schedule a free 15-minute phone consultation if you have any further questions. Can't wait to meet you in the future. You stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll talk to you soon.